Yeah. Come on with it. The name is Law Nation. And as the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor, or even a foe know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Cowboys Law. Come on, baby. Let's get it. Mama said there will be days just like this. Yup. Come on. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Let's get it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on, baby. Stand tall or not at all. Come on, baby. Everything is necessary. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2. And 1. Ha. Come on with it. Let's get it, baby. All right. Let's get it. All right, that's enough of me acting a fool. Come on with it. Come on with it, man. Come on with it. I decided to try to do the drawings tomorrow for the helmet, you know. I mean, we're going to do the drawings tomorrow on a Friday. Yeah, so this for that helmet right there. Shout out to you, Stephen Carroll. Appreciate you. Again, he states,
let's go, man.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Appreciate y'all, man. The off season is long, right? Just as long as this doggone intro was. But I do it enough so that the notification people can get on in, grab their seats, and have a great time with us. We're going to talk about the dimmed lights, and we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the things that need to be happening in the Oxnard deal, right? We're going to talk about that. As you guys can see, the wheel is spinning, right? You got until today to get your name inside, right? And if you want your name inside, you got to go ahead and get it done today, right? That's just the bottom line. I've been working hard. I've been working hard to get this wheel together, and I really appreciate you guys so much for your support. I really do. I really do appreciate each and every last one of you all for your support. The good days, the bad days, we kind of add them together, right? Yesterday we did a video, and I think it was a great video. Me, Dak Attack, Jazz from BLS, you know, Ray, we did a great episode. We talked about a few things, and we got a longer version of that video that will be out, and that's going to be circulating in about I'm waiting on this dude to update his software, because he states that it's rendering and it's got about 8 hours to render. So I was telling Ray he gonna have to get him a supercomputer when you do big files like that. But that's a whole nother storyline. I really can't wait for you guys to hear what we had to say, though. It's a lot of things that goes along with this particular thing. And what I want to do is kick off the show with Dak Prescott. And then we'll kick off the information about the other things. Bootzilla says, hello, Law and Law Nation. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Let's listen to this real quick.
I can tell you this. Trade Dak. Just put him up for the trade. Guess what? Every team in the league be after him.
Yeah.
Every team in the league. Dak is a winner. Dak is a great person, a great leader. I know him. I go up there all the time. C.D. Lamb, quiet guy, leader. Hey, he wants the ball. Here, Jerry Rice. Hey, just give it to me. I want it.
Yeah.
And so how do you not keep those guys together?
What is going on, everybody? We are joined by some very special guests today. We have Law Nation Sports in the building, BLS Podcast in the building, and Ray's Podcast in the building. And we are all here to talk about the comments made by Cowboys legend Charles Haley. Now, the reason that I want to kind of discuss this with you guys is, for one, I want to see if everyone kind of received these comments the same way that I did. And two, we know Charles Haley don't bite his tongue, man. Right. Charles Haley gonna say exactly what the hell he want to say, bro. So it meant a lot coming from him to actually hear Charles Haley back Dak Prescott. And a lot of people took his comments and, like you said, they kind of hitched the wagon before the horse a little bit, and they heard the trade part of it, but they didn't hear the fact that he was like, trade him if you want to. Right. Essentially is what it was.
Exactly. Correct.
So I just wanted to hear from you guys as far as, how did y'all take those comments, and do you agree with Charles Haley? And just, how do you feel about the state of where the Cowboys are right now with these contract negotiations?
Well, I'll say this, though. Charles Haley was the deciding factor on how the Cowboys were able to win Super Bowls in the 90s. He was the person that brought light to the room, but also brought seriousness to the room. And he walked in with a mindset that, hey, I'm going to be the leader. I know how to identify the leader. So when you listen to that excerpt, he's talking about that Dak Prescott, trade him if you want to. But he said that he is a winner and he's a leader. And when he goes out there to the Star in Frisco, he is able to see those things. And one of the things that I think that a lot of people didn't really pick up was this right here, what he said ultimately. Don't break this apart, Don't break this up, basically, because he see Jerry Rice and C.D. Lamb. Not saying the production level, right? But his temperament.
Yeah,
on how.
And remember, Charles Haley played with Jerry Rice. So that's come on. You can't possibly criticize Charles Haley. Right. A lot of y'all get upset when I brought up the stats about Dak compared to Patrick Mahomes over the last 50 games. Oh, well, Dak's not Pat. We know that. That's not the point. Right. We're talking about productivity and effectiveness in players. And Charles Haley, for him to say that, and we know that, man. If you look at any Charles Haley interview, you can tell this is the type of dude, he don't care whose feelings he's hurting. He's going to say whatever he thinks. And the fact that he was able to come out and essentially say, this is the type of team, and the way it's built, you run it back. You run it back until that window is closed. And I think
no doubt. So you got to run that back, man. The full episode is up on the Facebook as well as the Instagram, and the episode is as well up on Dak Attack Show. For now, we don't have that short excerpt up on the page here, but now that you guys got a chance to see what we were talking about, this is not just, hey, fanfare for Dak Prescott, but this is also just, I want to bring in conversation pieces about the future on how you got to structure your team. We all know that at the end of the day, you're fighting a game within a game during the off season, which is what we call the salary cap. You got to figure out ways to forecast, to see into the future, to make sure that you are making moves to prevent other things from losing players, to obtain players, to go out there and run it back, but not just with the things that you had previously, but add more and more weapons, more and more pieces. And what you see collectively, that there are teams out there that add pieces to, not take pieces away. And one of the Achilles heels of the Dallas Cowboys, that we've been a team to take things away, right? And although we can argue and say, 12-5, but what do 12-5 brings to the table as it relates to postseason? Well, when you go to the postseason, you need more and more weapons. Hey, Law, we had 9 All-Pros. Well, I get all of that. But who out of the 9 All-Pros were able to stop the run? Who out of the 9 All-Pros were able to alleviate some of the things on running the ball? There were none. Stephen Carroll says, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Would love to see you do more collaborations with content creators at the studio and hopefully get some active players, retired players going. Yes, Stephen Carroll, that's all in the works, man. It's all in the works. It's all in the works. We are working on equipment being out to other locations. We will have a show on Wednesdays, right, to be produced and generated out. We are working on some things, even with some movers and shakers in the city. But I got to keep in mind, man, there's a lot of people that will poison your water. There are a lot of people that will say they rock with you and roll with you, but they got the butter knife really ready to shank you. And all y'all have to do is just open your eyes and just watch, man. There are a lot of people that with the silver and blue on saying, yeah, I like Law Nation. But in secrets, they talk about Law Nation and don't understand that things get back to me, right? So that's just how it is. So it is what it is. David says, yeah, here we go. Yeah. On top of that,
sometimes you got to pop out and show.
Yeah, you got to pop out and show them. So, but not everybody. I'm not everybody's flavor. You know, I'm too real to a degree, right? And even when I throttle it down just a little bit, you know, people will say, "Hey, man, this dude is not real." But I put people on, and the people that I put on, they will come back and shank me. That's just how it is. It's been like that. It's always been like that when you're dealing with business. But we got to overcome some hurdles, right? We got to overcome some obstacles and everything like that. You know, I orchestrate a lot of things. Look, what gives me a lot of joy, I've sat back and watched people benefit from things that I built, right? And I'm sitting here like, oh, okay, these are the things that I built. And the very much so people that's saying that, hey, this is nice, this is good. Man, law is not even on this level. I built the foundation for that level. You know what I mean? But I don't walk that way to say, hey, these are the things I've done, right? So there are people who really enjoy other content that I built that I don't even have my name attached to it. And that's how crazy it is. But, hey, it is what it is. I love it. I love it at the end of the day. Cowboy Nation, speaking of that, engagement farming is a real thing. It's a very much so real thing. And on top of that, we see it all the time. Top 10 Cowboys, top 10, I said Cowboys, Lord. Top 10 cornerbacks by the NFL coaching scouts and executive. When this list originally came out, I didn't have the list. I didn't see what the executives were talking about, right? So I made this one right here because it's funny to me. You know, the Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland are not considered top 10 cornerbacks in the National Football League. Coaches, scouts, and executives, their hate is hilarious at this point. It's very much so hilarious. You know, it's to the point. Let me listen to these boys. Let's listen to these boys. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit better. Pause if necessary. Yeah. Yeah. Come on with it. Hey. So with that being said, here's what I got. I get it. Engagement farming is a real thing. That playoff game against Green Bay shattered and hurt a lot of folks. So when we go through this list, you know, there are some guys that I like on the list. I'm not saying that they are 1,000% wrong, right? Let's look at this list. Pat Surtain. Y'all know how I feel about Surtain. I like him. You know, he's the only guy out of that class that Michael Parsons was drafted in that I would say, yeah, Surtain him. Now, to be fair, I seen Surtain out there on the field and somebody put up 70 points on that dude. And let me know, was he in that game? Come on with it. Come on, you know. Oh my goodness. Denzel Ward. I like Denzel, even Washington, right? But Denzel Ward, he's second on this list. I can't complain about Denzel, right? Hey, was he in that game? I'm gonna ask Eastside Harold. Well, was he in that game when CJ was scorching them doggone Browns? Let me know. Let me know. Was Denzel Ward Eastside? This is your time. You know, I know you always here. You present. You 100% present on every time I go live. Was Denzel Ward in that game? Let me know, cause they needed somebody, right? Stephen Carroll says, law always the humblest. You know, one of these one in the room, and that's why we support the best. Man, I appreciate you. Really do appreciate you, bro. You know, I thank you so much for your support. And like I said, the dream of making someone else happy is everything. You know, we are working on this season getting people back to the games who never been to the game before, and that's what the nation is going to do. We're going to give back, right? So at the end of the day, we're going to give back. So yeah. Sauce. Now, some executives did say that he is one of the most overrated DB in this particular class. Now let me. I heard that I think that he had some type of injuries that was going on, right? Shout out to you, Adrian. Appreciate you so much for your support. Let me see if I can, and thank you for your $10 support. Appreciate you. Let me pull up Sauce right quick. Shout out to Zeke right here. Let me pull up Sauce Gardner. I think he had a down year. He had 47 solo tackles, 51 targets, allowed 29. That's really good. 0 INTs. Coverage, they gave him a 90. Run support, he didn't do much in that. Passer rating allowed 76. That's not bad. 11 missed tackles. You had to tackle better, Sauce. You got to tackle better. He had 11 missed tackles, 1 forced fumble. So you can say that, you know, he's given that grace because he is a lengthier DB, right? And 9 times out of 10, a lot of quarterbacks shy away from throwing the ball his way. Right. Let's go.
Lopez, $10.
Appreciate you, Adrian. All right, so am I lagging now? Yeah. Let me know if the audio is straight. Let me know if y'all can hear me. JV boy said not him. Yeah. You put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball. This is why we do it. Too many missed tackles.
Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat.
Soft. I just hate mistakes.
Put a 2 in the chat if the video is good. Put a 2 in the chat if the video is good. Right. Yeah. So audio straight, video straight, right? Put a 2 in the chat if the video straight. Yeah. It's good. Okay. What Branday, you know, we love you. But log out, log back in, you know. We haven't even got to the deep stuff yet, so I don't know why. You know, Sneed. Believe it or not, Sneed 4 on this list. Sneed should be a little bit higher. I like what he was able to do. Let me pull up Sneed, and I got a chance to see some of his footages and film. He had 65 solo tackles. That's really good. That's really good from a DB. 2 INTs, 42 receptions allowed, and this is what I really look at. Passer rating allowed when targeted 55. He still had 11 missed tackles. Hey, you got to get that number down, bro. 23 stops, 7 assists, and he looked pretty good. I like Sneed. He's a physical corner. He's a corner that get inside your chest. He's a guy that I see with my natural eyes. The only guy that I've seen to lock up Tyreek Hill. Like, the brother didn't miss, man. Snead is really good. I like. Now, he can give up some big plays, though. The aggressiveness can go against him in certain ways, right? So for the life of me, like, I've seen a lot of tons of big plays that's given up from McDuffie, right? And they got Ramsey on this list. That's due to the fact that his name is Ramsey, right? And Ramsey didn't have. I think he still had like 3 interceptions. Let me pull up Jalen Ramsey. But he didn't play like – he was hurt too, so he didn't play like, what we wanted to see out of him. He had 18 solo tackles, 3 INTs, 13 passer rating allowed was 53, but he didn't play a lot of games. Let me see how many snaps. 209 on run defense, 374 on coverages. So he didn't play a lot of games, but he still got you 20 reception allowed. So that's why this number looks kind of good. But Ramsey himself didn't play a lot of games, y'all. 13 yards allowed per throw. But I would say that for the long time, Miami defense last year with Vic Fangio, who's now over there on the Eagles side, they had pretty much number 3, number 4 defense in the National Football League, respectfully, all throughout that season. And they had the number 1 offense. I remember heading into the Miami's game, I was like, damn, watch, everybody healthy. I remember calling this out when the Miami Dolphins played against the Eagles. All of their DBs was hurt. All of them. Who remember that, right? All of their damn DBs were hurt. And they had some guy out there that looked like he came from Kroger's or something, playing DB. So it just always happened like that, don't it? But respectfully, throughout the season, they had the number 2, number 3 defense in the National Football League last year. And they was pretty good. Let me see if I can let me pull it up right quick. I doubt it. If they still have it up, I have to go through another site to pull it up. But let me see if I can pull this up, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all. We going to get into the meat and potatoes. Yeah, they finished out the season with the 4th ranked defense. So, and they had the 3rd ranked offense, and I think some of those numbers got kind of like pushed back down the stretch. But for the most part of the season, they had some good defenses going on. And to be fair, let me show y'all where we were at last year as far as defense. Dallas Cowboys. We had us at 5th when all of the numbers totaled up 5th. So collectively, their defense was better than ours, on some strange sense of situations there. But that's a whole nother conversation when we start breaking down the numbers. McDuffie was McDuffie, man, give up a lot of stuff, man. Let me see if I can pull him up. Bear with me. And we just glancing over this, not going to get into details. But I do like his physicality, and I do like his ability to act as if though, he's going to make some things happen. He's a 54 solo tackles. He's a really good man inside, and he's a solid guy, but he give up some stuff, y'all. Yards per reception, 10. Passer rating allowed 102.7. He had, I guess 11 must be the magical number. He had 11 missed tackles. He had 3 sacks. They played him close to the LOS there, and they blitzed that brother. He would squeeze off the side and get to the quarterback, and he would hit you, So he's pretty good in that particular light. But if it's me, Bland is still better, in my opinion. And I get it, right? They just won a Super Bowl. They just won a Super Bowl, so it's hard to just put some salt on him, right? Reed coaching, shout out to you, Sean. Hey, the craziest thing about this? The Chiefs won the Super Bowl. They got 2 guys in the top 10. Yeah. They got 2 guys in the top 10 and cornerbacks. Hey, you know what I mean? Come on. Zaire Alexander. If it's me, if it's Law Nation, I think that Jalen Johnson should be right at the 3 or the 4 marker. I think Jalen Johnson should be right there. Alexander, let me pull him up right quick for those who wanted to know. And I appreciate all of you guys' support, and I appreciate y'all time with me on this. And we get into some Dak Prescott talk in a few. But we talking about these DBs. He had 24 solos. I think he was battered a little bit last season. 0 interceptions. Passer rating allowed 124.1. Damn, man. But the playoffs, man, the dude turned into a demon, didn't he? He wasn't giving up nothing in that damn playoff game, wasn't he? He was like, okay, Brandon Cooks, shoot, I'm cooking him, you know. Oh, my God, he ate my guy Brandon Cooks up. Brandon Cooks couldn't get no separation on Zaire Alexander. And what you got to do to Alexander, you know, them South Carolina boys, what you got to do, you got to run at this dude, man. You got to run at him and tire him out. And we didn't take no advantage of the 124 passer rating when targeted. Nah, shoot. And I always like Zaire Alexander. Yeah, defense win championship, Gil. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Sean Bland should be number 5. Yeah. We're going to talk about them dimmed lights when I go through all of this. We're just slow pacing it right now. Jalen Johnson is a guy that, like I said, he brings physicality. He brings toughness. He brings grit. He brings anger to the table. And I thought for sure that the Cowboys this was my dream. This was my dream. If I was the GM, I would have figured out a way to get Jalen Johnson. Don't have to worry about rushing Trayvon Diggs back, right? And still have Bland. And then when Trayvon Diggs get back, I would have squeezed Bland back inside the slot right there, and I would have had the ultimate for the future on DBs. I would have had the ultimate future for the DBs. I would have had literally Trayvon Diggs midway through this season on one side, Jalen Johnson on the other side, and my guy Bland inside. I would have structured my defense that way. But the Cowboys didn't want to play around with that. They didn't want to entertain the Jalen Johnson. He had 4 INTs last year, 32 solos. He's great in coverage. Look, say what you want, but you can't get a good pass off on this dude. 33 passer rating when you're trying to target him, you know. And he had 7 missed tackles, 18 stops, 1 forced fumble. I just think that he's a nice outside corner that will fit really well in what we were doing last season. Now, granted, Stephon Gilmore is still there. Garyon Conley, we got him now on the team. If the Cowboys do bring in Stephon Gilmore back, that will be helpful for us. But they ain't a Jalen Johnson, man. Come on with it, man. That would have been really crazy for us to have that for the foreseeable future. But the Cowboys have money ties, man. They have issues with money. J.C. Jackson, JV boy, he's one of the guys that I would love for us to bring in for a cup of coffee. Akilo Witherspoon, I like his skill set. He's another guy that I would say he improved last year, although it was him that Brandon Cooks burnt in the game that we played against the Rams on that deep pass. And outside of that, because he's very aggressive, he's subject to the double move, by the way, I think that he is a guy that I would still have Bland over him. And there's no way that you can paint the picture and say, yeah, man, he does a really great job, and Bland can't do that. I just think that he would be a guy that shouldn't be in the top 10 list. 76 passer rating allowed. He averaged yards per reception is 15. That's a lot of damn yards, man. He had 9 missed tackles, of course, the 3 INTs. But what I want to say, and for my guy Eastside Harold, if he's still here, y'all didn't throw him out of the club yet. Stingley, he's a guy that I always liked coming out of college. Shout out to him. I really wanted my Cowboys to go grab him. He had a phenomenal season last year. He had 5 picks, 34 solos, 21 receptions allowed, right at 71. And here's what I like. He only had 6 missed tackles. I think Stingley is really good, man. Stephen Carroll, man, I really appreciate you, man. Stephen Carroll. Your name is entered into the drawing again, of course. But thank you for dropping $100 in the cash out, baby. Yes, indeed, man. Shoot. Hey, you going to see me at the Ritz-Carlton out there. We're like, hey, Law, man, I thought you supposed to be at the Super 8s, man. What's going on, man? You supposed to be at the Super 8s out there, man. You at the Ritz-Carlton out there in Oxnard recording everything. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Nobody
shout out. Y'all put SC in the chat for your boy, man. Put SC in the chat.
Come closer than close. Yeah. Original, they never will be.
No Super 8. No La Quinta. Is it La Quinta? No La Quinta Inn for me.
Nobody.
Shout out to La Quinta Inn, though. If y'all want to sponsor me, I all up in La Quinta Inn, SC in the chat, baby. Appreciate you, man.
Not the one who make the rules, right? Do it, left. Do it, right. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Right. Do it.
Yeah. Appreciate you so much, man, for your support. So when you wearing the silver and blue and the star on the side of the helmet, you get your light dimmed, and it'll be a dimmed star. I get it. Some people say that, Trayvon Diggs didn't play last season, so that's why he's not in the top 10. But can you guys remind me and educate me, was Aaron Rodgers, was he considered by NFL executives and coaches a top 10 player last season, and the brother didn't play? So, you can't utilize and use that as a situation of saying, hey, man, I can't put him in the top 10. 4 seasons law, baby, Kevin Nichols.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, left. Do it.
Come on with it.
Do it, left. Do it.
Yeah. Action Power says, Law, stop the cap. On who? On who? You gotta provide more details. You got to provide more and more details. You would think that star on the side of the helmet would give you specialties or recognitions, even the benefit of the doubt, because those boys got to play even harder with all of the lights and the cameras in the face, with everybody's talking about you, knowing who you are. You can't pick your nose and say, hey, man, instead of a pick 6, he's picking his nose. You slip up, you can't do anything when you have the star on the side of the helmet. Don't you know there's more and more pressure? There's more and more situations of people taken away from what you do. You can't have a bad moment. But a Kilo of Witherspoon, he can have bad moments. He can have bad drives. He can have bad timings, right? Jalen Johnson, Ramsey, Sauce. Boy, did we burn Sauce week 1? Did we burn Sauce? Yeah. Yeah, we burned Sauce week 1. One of our wide receivers burned Sauce, right? I think it was CD Lamb. We burned Sauce. And it was like, hey, is that Sweet Baby Ray's? Or that Sauce Gardner? Yeah, that's Sweet Baby Ray's over there. He's Sweet Baby Ray in him, Jerry Perkins says only one star in the NFL, y'all. Yeah. Riggs. Yo. Let me type in Bland. Like, come on. Like, I like DBs, man. And let me see what Bland did. You know, pull up Deron Bland. He had 9 INTs. 58 solos. That's pretty good. 48 receptions allowed out of 89 targets. Yards per, this is high, 14.4. But 50.9 passer rating when allowed. You know, he had 7 missed tackles. It's not 11 like most of those boys had, right? 16 stops. Come on with it. They gave him a 90 overall. They gave him an 86 look, his run defense is better than his pass, pass rushing coverages, whatever, coverage is 89. He's a real solid corner. He's not going to say, hey, I don't want this sack. Right? False. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support, man. Thank you. Your name is entered in to the drawings. Appreciate you so much, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Smoke14. Yeah, he says, Law, did we have expectations? Did we have expectations for the triplets to win their first Super Bowl? They got no one. Saw that coming and came 3 times. Pause. So with our team now, and no one think they will do anything. Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. They're like, we can be the element of surprise, right? We can be the team that can hit people in the mouth, whereas no one can see it coming, right? Whereas this will be more so like the 92 Cowboys. But we've been on that little train of being the 92 Cowboys. I know it's 2024 right now, and I know nobody wants to mention the 90s, but that's supposed to happen in 2021, 2022. Right. Like we supposed to come out with the element of surprise from nowhere. Like nobody really saw this defense turning it over like the way we did it in between 20 to 2021. And I get it, right? A lot of people will say, well, that was Dan Quinn. But Dan Quinn had his flaws, because his flaws were that we didn't have the exact measures of size and right personnel. We didn't have the right strategy in certain things. Like, let's just be real with it. Would our game outcome look a little bit different if we were to pull the trigger on a Roquan Smith? Help a brother out, y'all. Would it look a little bit different if we had a true linebacker in there? Last season, like, we were good. Like, sometimes you need just that one piece. Like, I get it. The defensive front, we can argue and say, yeah, man, we needed more from Mozzie. Yeah, we needed Jonathan Hankins to stay healthy. But wouldn't we be better if we had a real linebacker just on that defense? Granted, I did a crazy quick visual. I can't play the audio because it's not the all 22, but I did one of these right here. Whereas, Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs, 2023 highlights for 2 games are equivalent to some DBs for a season, right? The dude forced 3 turnovers in 2 games. Like, wouldn't we be better as a team if we didn't have that injury? To prove my theory here, right? Like just to prove my theory here, I might have to go down my whole list here, because it's been a minute. Let me see if I can pull it up, because I was thinking about this. Like this right here. Like, this is right here. Like, I'm gonna kill the audio. But let me just say this, though. L'Jarius Sneed, would it be different if the Chiefs didn't have him in the playoffs? Like, can y'all see the aggressiveness? Can y'all see the end of face? Like, let's say you remove him off the field and he's not able to cause that penalty right there. Or if he's not able to shut down Tyreek Hill like this, just one player, if you don't have that, what if he get off and then all of a sudden they don't have the ability to shut down the speed that Miami Dolphins exhibit and exude, right? So what we do here in Cowboys Land, we would discount all of that and say, well, Trayvon Diggs was nothing for us. But Sneed was everything for the Chiefs. Not saying that my guy, look how he's just slapping. Wouldn't that be like if they didn't have just that in the Super Bowl? To just throw Brandon Ayuk away, right? Or that forced fumble against the doggone Ravens, right? So players do, like one player do change the situation. One player. It's like, I get it. Like we needed a true linebacker that got that temperament. They can play that dog nasty mindset. Is what I'm saying. So what I'm also saying within the confines of this, ladies and gentlemen, is why would Pat Mahomes need that? Why would he need that? And we don't. Why would y'all think that he don't have that, right? And it's just only Pat Mahomes. Right? Sometimes you need other people to step up. How many rings do Robert Horry have, right? Yeah, we need T-Jack. We do need a dog too. How many rings does Robert Horry have? You know? Right? Yeah, who's going to say, hey, Action Powell, are you going to say cap to that? How many rings do he have? What was his nickname? What was his nickname? Seven rings. Robert Horry got 7 rings. Can y'all name the teams that he got his rings from? And did those teams ultimately need him? Yeah, but we the type of people that say, we don't need a linebacker. We can just take a safety and put him at a linebacker. We don't need a running back. We can just take a guy that had his ankle snapped in so many places. The Spurs, Lakers, Rocket, and they all needed, and he came in through the clutch. All right, so, woo! This is what I need, boy. I love y'all. Oh, I love y'all. Free smoke. Can't pay for this. Free smoke. Who was the superstars on the Spurs? The time when he won that ring. Who were the superstars on the Lakers? The time they won that ring. Who were the superstars for the Rockets? The time, and I know Elijah Y was out there. Elijah Y. I call Elijah Y. Elijah 1, Elijah Y. You know, yeah. Who were the superstars? Duncan, Parker. Ginobili knows, baby. That Ginobili, he had a cheat code. He had lined that nose up. And that Ginobili knows. Yeah. Yeah. Shaq and Kobe, come on. Yeah. Not Horry. So what I'm saying, even in a different sport, you have other people that stood tall and stand up. David Robinson. Yeah. That Ginobili boy. I couldn't stand them damn Spurs. Them Spurs will whoop your ass out there. Oh, my gosh, man. Dennis Rodman, the mailman, Scotty, he never missed a playoff in his career. Bruce Bowen, baby. Come on. Yeah. Hakeem, Drexler, Kenny Smith, Ho Grant, all of them people, man. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Derek Fisher, Law, come on with it. Yeah. Y'all remember when Derek Fisher got swole out there? We like, man, Derek Fisher hit them weights, didn't he? Couldn't stand the Spurs, yeah. Yeah, but sometimes you need other people, man, to really, step up and do some things, man. And that's what a team's supposed to do. But, in Cowboys land, we the only team built the frame around one person. And speaking of that, I want to say that you guys can build a frame around Prize Picks, protect your plays. You can opt in. And with that being said, with your options to opt in, you can also pick up picks that someone else already picked through the promos. When you download Prize Picks, 100% of your deposit match up to $100. You put $100 in, you swipe up, now all of a sudden you see $200 in the account. And you can play around and get around with those type of things. I appreciate y'all, man. And when you download Prize Picks, use promo code LAW, and that will be applied to you. Now, they do have PGA, they have NBA, of course, they have soccer, MLB, and I appreciate y'all so much for y'all support. Download Prize Picks, use promo code LAW. And just write VA Boys. Appreciate you. All right, so let's talk about Dak Prescott. Now, I get it. A lot of people, talk about I think that ultimately the Cowboys will go ahead and pay their players, right? It's just this got to be a situation that they go through every year of saying that, hey, we ultimately right, everyone else is wrong. We like to hold players' feet to the fire. We got to wait for this money to come in from X, Y, Z. We got assets, but we don't have, liquids. We got the liquidity preference thing going on and things like that. It's always crazy when you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. We don't do things normal, what normal organizations do. We don't. We slow foot on a lot of things, and it's just been crazy. But what I want to talk about, and this was a brilliant point from one of the trolls. He sent me this, and he was like, man, I forgot the guy. I think his name is Chris Canty. And he had a video. This is an older video, but now it's circling back to me. And he went into some things, and I want to point out what he said, and we're going to get this show on rocking. Hold on. It's the off season too, baby. Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
That doesn't necessarily help them this year. And if you're Dak Prescott, what's the rush? You see where the quarterback market is going. It only makes sense for you to wait. But why I say it makes sense for the Dallas Cowboys is because we are going to get to a point in the quarterback market where there's going to be an organization that doesn't deem it worth it to extend that they currently have, especially if the quarterback doesn't have any remaining years on his contract. So to me, the window for the Dallas Cowboys to extend Dak Prescott ended at the end of the 2023 offseason. Like, the fact that they didn't get a contract done last year, I think they are pot committed to going down this road. and seeing what Dak Prescott can do in 2024 before they address his contract, if they address his contract.
So you're
The audio is too low, or is the audio straight? Let me know. And I had to do some more finagling and finessing. Let me know in the chat. Is it too low? Yeah. Okay, common sense. It was on your end. Okay, I'm just making sure. Audio good? Let's go.
You're saying the Cowboys are handling it correctly because they didn't handle it correctly.
Yeah, I mean, we can go all the way back to the 2018 the 2018 offseason, 2019 offseason, where they decided they were going to pay Ezekiel Elliott before they paid the quarterback.
Right.
Dak was on a rookie deal. He was a 4th-round pick, 4-year contract. They should have extended him the first minute they got because he was a 3-year starter at that point. They knew he was the future at that position. If you extend him then you can take advantage of the remaining years on that rookie contract, similar to what the Jacksonville Jaguars are doing in this circumstance, instead of going down the road of having a franchise tag him multiple times and then giving him the bag with a full no trade and a no tag clause.
Okay, I want to make sure
it's a lot of
I want to make sure I'm understanding.
Listen properly.
So you're looking at this situation. So if we're using Trevor Lawrence as, hey, that's smart. Extend a guy with 2 years left on his rookie deal in order to get the low number deals before you get the high number, and the high number won't even be as high by the time we get there.
You'll never get to that point.
Correct. Okay.
You'll never get to that point.
And so what you're saying is if the Jaguars are the model to do this right, the Cowboys have already done it wrong. So right now, the worst thing you could do is extend him because then you never have the low years, in essence. So basically you're saying you have to let him walk after this season because you have to reset your quarterback finances?
Well, what are your choices? You either let him walk or you're going to be non-competitive because he's going to take up so much of your cap. Remember, there is no extension to be had here.
Right, it's a new deal.
It's a new deal.
Right.
So you're going to be paying him what, $60 million a year on a 4 or 5 year contract? Your team is going to be non-competitive.
But are you competitive if he walks?
That's the other thing. Yeah, it's like what comes first, the chicken or the egg with that. And bear with me. I'm looking up something right now on Lawrence. Let's see what he's going to go up against. Hold on, bear with me. Boom, boom, boom. Sign on in. Got to sign in.
If you can reallocate those assets to other positions and have a quarterback at a below market deal that can be competent, just average, there's an argument to be made.
I know you don't love Russell Wilson, but you're basically saying the Russell Wilson deal.
Yeah, there's an argument to be made. Like, I mean, think about it. Like, what's CeeDee Lamb's contract going to look like? $34 million a year, somewhere around there?
See, but I wouldn't do that.
No, just listen to me. Listen to me. Let's play out the hypothetical. CeeDee
Hypothetical.
Lamb is going to get $34 million, $34 million a year. Michael Parsons wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. That's $36 million a year. That's $70 million. Like, I mean, Dak Prescott's contract is going to be $60 million. So for $10 million bucks more, I can get top of the market CeeDee Lamb and top of the market Michael Parsons.
That's the only thing. What definitive game do you look at and say, okay, we won this game due to Michael Parsons? I'm not saying that Michael Parsons don't have the ability to win us games, but what definitive game that you can sit back and say, okay, all right, we won this game due to CeeDee Lamb? Because and it'll be crass for me to say, well, I saw a Lamb without a Dak Prescott. I think we finished that season 6-10, right? But that's kind of crass because that was his rookie year. What I'm stating here is that I know it's hard to find talent like a Michael Parsons. It's very difficult to find talent like a CeeDee Lamb. But my counter to this would be, let's see what the Vikings gonna look like now. They got a fresh young quarterback and they're paying $35 million to their wide receiver. Will there be some droppage? Will there be some things that you would sit back and say to yourself, damn, just give me the quarterback instead? Because to a degree, ladies and gentlemen, we can say that about Devontae Adams, right? He had some good numbers, but he disappeared. Far as what we are accustomed to seeing him do based off the fact that they don't got no quarterback, baby. That's all I'm saying. And to Chris Canty's point here, he is right on how the Jaguars were able to structure Trevor Lawrence's contract by extending the rookie deal all the way into the foreseeable future. Damn, that's a good deal. It's a damn good deal. When I look at the money that's going to go against the cap, don't pay attention to the $250 million. Woo, that's a damn good contract. The Jaguars cap hit versus any other team, as far as how they structured this contract. This is what Trevor Lawrence, he getting $250 million, but he only counts $15 million against the cap in 2024. Write that down. He counts $17 million against the cap in 2025. That's really cheap. Hopefully he can do some things over there, because they will have a lot of money if he only counts that against the cap. In 2026, he only counts $24 million against the cap. In 2027, he counts $35 million against the cap. In 2028, he counts $47 million against the cap. By the time 2028 is here, the salary cap is going to be kangaroo high. So, to a degree, what Chris Canty said on how the Jaguars, they went back and forth with that contract, but ultimately, they are really winning when you look at the numbers. He don't count really high against the cap until 2029. And that's $78 million at that point. And then he got voidable years on 2031 and 2032. You should know who Trevor Lawrence is by that time when I'm looking at the numbers. That's crazy good. Common Sense Lab says, Law, that's what the Eagles did with Hurts, right? Let me pull up the Eagles contract right quick. Bear with me. This is a good case study right here. Good case study. Because to a degree, I get with what people are saying. And I heard what he said. You can be overpaying these players based off of how the contract is structured. When you let the end of life of the contract gets there, right? Now Hurts himself, he got a no trade clause, right? So let me pull up Jalen Hurts' contract. Hold on. Jalen Hurts' contract. Bear with me. It'll take me a little minute here. Got to go through some backdoor systems here. All right, let's see. Yeah. Hurts' contract is very much similar. Very much similar. Very smart contract. I hate to give Eagles praises with this. He counts $13.5 million against the cap this season, which is very low end. For the 2025, he counts $21 million against the cap. 2026, he counts $31 million against the cap. In 2027, he counts 41, and then 2028, that's when he counts 47 million. Now, in 2029, that's when you're going to have to really work something out before it gets to that end point. Now, 2029 is a long way from here, ladies and gentlemen. In 2029, he counts $97 million against the cap. And what they did was they got 1, 2, 3, 4. They very smart. They got 4 voidable years on his end of his contract. Yeah. So they squeezed a lot out of it. So yeah. Those are. He's not. The only way that Jalen Hurts become a problem if he becomes a turnover machine, hurt guy, and regress to a degree. But far as money paying wise, he don't really count that much against the cap. There goes to show you that, it's all about getting in front of these things as it relates to cap stuff. Right. For percentage wise, to give you guys some technicalities of this with Jalen Hurts, he counts 5.3% against the cap for 2024. And he only counts 7.9% of the cap against that in 2025. He's not even in the double digits until 2026. Jeez. All right.
And then I'll figure out the quarterback position. It might be Trey Lance. It might be an option in the draft. Like, to me, when you look at that quarterback spot, is Dak Prescott worth two all-pro players that might be in consideration for the best at their position in the NFL? I don't know if Dak Prescott changes the math that much to justify the price tag, which is why I think the Dallas Cowboys are absolutely playing this perfect. I get it. The quarterback position is the most important position in all of team sports. But I do think there is a threshold where you look at it and you say, this guy may not be worth this amount of money when it comes to the conversation of having the return on investment and having their production translate to our team winning when it matters the most.
Ask the question again. You said, or let me make sure we have it right. Is Dak Prescott worth two top-of-the-market players at other positions?
Yes.
My answer is yes. If you said to me right now,
at pass rusher but here's the other thing.
You see how quick now Canty is very balanced with this, because when he asked him, is he worth it? He says yes. Right? He says yes. He says yes with that,
Two top-of-the-market players at other positions.
Yes.
My answer is yes. If you said to me right now,
at pass rusher but here's the other thing. Yeah. It's not just top-of-the-market players at other positions. It's two of the top 5 most important positions when it comes to winning in the NFL. It's pass catcher, it's pass rusher.
I would take, if you said to me right now, I can only either have Dak Prescott or Micah and CeeDee Lamb, I would take Dak Prescott.
Hey, I'm agreeing with this dude. But it didn't have to get to this point, is what I'm saying, and is what Dak Attack is saying, is what Jazz is saying, is what Ray is saying. It's what all of us is saying. It's what I can clearly think that it's what Boss Cowboy, I don't know, I can't throw Big Game James in there. But, Botch or Sky or anyone, I think the OC to a degree, right, is saying that, yeah, man, he is worth that much. But do the Cowboys know how to finagle and finesse that? The person that's talking is Chris Canty, right? And I think that he's very objective with this point right here. And the dude that sent me this, I think that this was a very good excerpt. Great points, by the way. Elway didn't start winning till they got the running back and an offensive line with 3 number 1 wide receivers. This is no lie. This is no lie. Tell me lying law, please. Tell me I'm lying. No, you're not lying. You're not lying. Now this is what give you mercy though. This is what give you a little mercy though. If you were a number 1 draft pick, and if you've been to the Super Bowl, they give you all type of grace and mercy. Elway got his whooped. He had one job to do against the doggone Washington team. Doug Williams beat the brakes off of him. Y'all remember? Who remember that Super Bowl? Broncos got drugged in that Super Bowl. Yeah, goalpost moving now. Yeah, Swain, you right. I mean, like, he got big. They hated Elway for that. Like I say, he had white teeth at that time. He didn't win until he got them yellow teeth. When Elway got them, when he put them yellow teeth, when Elway put them yellow teeth in, Oh my God, Elway was undefeated, man, almost. Put it like this. I believe it was 1995 or 96. He got whooped. He got whooped by the Jaguars, man. Oh my gosh, man. He got whooped, man. Teeth was just a little bit too white. And he put them damn yellow teeth in, boy. It was over with. Shout out to Terrell Davis and them. All right.
And I would say you're smoking rocks.
Well, I didn't today. Actually, I've never done that. I've never even done any of that stuff, actually. I'm as straight edge as could be. But maybe I should if I'm thinking this way, basically. I'm just saying, if we're going to credit Trevor Lawrence, rightfully
with
so.
the president's son.
You know what? I'm going to move on now. If you're traveling, go back to their finance department and they wired $37 million into his bank, then minus taxes into his bank account.
Yeah.
So like he'll have that by Monday.
Yeah.
Let me give y'all a wild take. I'm gonna give y'all a super wild take, bro. I'm gonna give y'all a wild take. What's 5 minus 2? What's 5 minus 2? What's 5 minus 2, y'all? Can somebody put that answer down? Three. That's the difference of the cap hit between Jalen Hurts and Trey Lance.
What more do you want from me?
The Eagles paying their quarterback $250 million. His cap hit is only 3% higher than Trey Lance.
Damn.
What my other guy? What other? That's how if you're just talking about cap hits, that's what we are up against, the damn cap hits. Somebody think, hey, damn, Law, hey man, you must be an Eagles guy now. Wait a minute now.
The answer, I talk stuff. I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go, birds fly, Eagles fly. Still Super Bowl champions.
Hey, I'm still gonna slap him around though. I'm hurt. Hey, he was the first person to identify Jalen Hurts. I'm hurt. It's only a 3% difference on the cap hit between Jalen Hurts, or what he cost this season for the Eagles, versus what we're paying for my guy Trey Lance. 3% difference. Hey man, it's an evil world we live in, but that's how it happened, man. When you misuse the funds, man.
It's an evil world we live in.
So what I'm saying is, sheesh. Don't have me to pull up Cooper Rush now. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my God, I don't even want to pull that up. But what I'm trying to tell y'all, man, is that, man.
My God, my football career certainly didn't work out the way his did. I'll tell you that much.
But I tell you, when you get that signing bonus check, You see them digits on there? Ooh, praise God in heaven.
Do you go out and do something, or do you just sit and bask in it?
No. So first of all, the first thing I did when I got the check is go straight to the bank, and I had my mom with me. So it's a funny story.
Yeah. When them big checks come in, it hit different. You look at them, you be like, oh. Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell y'all, man, it is the evil world we live in. All right. So with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody for y'all support. Thank everybody, man, for being part of these type of episodes. Like I said, this season is a season that we all can sit back and say, it's a wait and see. Next week around this time, we'll be able to have new footage, more and more details on players, insights, who can run good, who don't look good, who showed up, who didn't. And it's back to football, man. We got less than 50 days before we see an NFL game in the National Football League as far as regular season. But within these time frames, we need health, we need wealth, we need somebody to get paid, and I can't wait, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to tell y'all, man, I appreciate y'all so much. On my way out, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let that friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. Cowboy Nation, let's be real with this. Let's be real with this. The lights that shine bright, supposed to, but it's always dimmed. It's always looked upon differently. Because at the end of the day, we get measured differently. Right? Because when we look at this list, let me see if I can pull it back up. The goalpost is always moving. Because they can barely say to you, Surtain is the best. But they don't include playoffs, wins for him. Success wins for him. He's not privy to that. Denzel Ward, he's not held to that degree. Sauce, he's not held in that particular corner of what he did in the playoffs. I'm going to skip over Snead and Ramsey and McDuffie. And Alexander to a degree. Because playoff did some good stuff for him. Jalen Johnson, playoffs don't matter for them boys. Witherspoon. And Stingler, yeah, they did something in the playoffs. But still, for all of those boys, it's not a measurable thing. But I would tell you all that playoff success, I almost lost my voice. Playoff success is a very measurable thing here. Y'all heard it? Playoff. That was coming out. It's good to laugh at yourself. But in actuality, we got this one job to do for right now, is to make sure we cross every T, dot every I, that walk into that building in Oxnard or out there on that field next week. And through the help of all of you all, I really appreciate it. Thank those whose name will be entered in for this particular drawing, right? So that you, my friends, can carry upon the legacy of the 1960 Dallas Cowboys helmet. So that you guys can say, hey, I was a part of something. The motivation, without hesitations nor deviations, to help Law Nation get to his destination. To the point of return, to bring us back some good stuff some real stuff, baby. I'm real, the way I walk, the way I talk. Come on, all of that stuff. Y'all gonna get it from me. And I thank you guys. And I thank you. And you over there. Shout out to you, Griffin, for sending $50 over to the Cash App. There ain't gonna be no Super 8 for Law Nation. Oh man, ain't no Salisbury steak with that one. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna go get me a tomahawk about the size of your back. Appreciate you, my dog. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, thank y'all for y'all support. I'm gonna remember that, Griffin. I'm gonna be Griffin. This steak is brought to you by Griffin and Stephen Carroll. Yeah. Stephen Carroll says, "Law, are you doing the final word tonight? Is the final word tonight? I'm gonna check with boss. I didn't know one was tonight." But I will say that run my motivational music back. Run it back one more time. Yeah. Appreciate you. Kevin, I'm 11 years older than James Harden. So ain't no way. I'm his twin. Unless we in some type of weird paradox. But on my way out, no Super 8. Yeah, size of your back, yeah. I got that from Soul Man. He said, I'm gonna shower shave, eat me a steak about the size of your back. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you all hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty, and it will, useless, and it will, without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and lose all terror of your mind for it. Ain't that right, Ice Wall Cowboy? Get some extra Kool-Aid with that tomahawk steak. Woo, boy.
Listen properly. In the beginning.
Yes, indeed. Listen properly.
Wall Cowboy, $20. Get some extra Kool-Aid with that tomahawk, baby.
Oh yeah. Shoot, I'm gonna give me some cornbread with mine. I'll be the only guy. Let me get some cornbread in the back. Appreciate you, man. Shoot. But if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, under the sound of my voice, if you are strong enough to stand tall or not at all, if you are bold enough to walk out and step out on glory. See, a lot of people don't know how to be a fan. You say, hold on, boy, you got me cooking now, baby. So within the confines of this list, my guy Lord Bronson says, let me guess, y'all mad about this. Don't nobody understand. When you root for a thing, and when you support a thing, and then you see one of your kids out there going into the extra mile, sweating, putting in the extra time for your mind, and all of a sudden, when you look up the list and you don't see the person that you gravitated to, the person that you support, the person that you know for dog sure they put in the time, you're going to show up and you're going to show out for yours. And see, what Cowboy fans over the course of the years, we became docile. We became these fickle fans. We became these people that hear from the outside noise to make justification that we don't supposed to be able to uplift our team, to be able to walk out and say, hey, We may be down now, but it's not going to be forever. We may be laid out now, but we're going to be able to get back up and stand tall. We're going to fight for every inch and pretend like this is not going to happen again, because again and again, I'm coming. I'm rocking this thing off. My mind is ready. My mind is the 9. My tongue is the trigger. We're going to make sure that we get bigger and bigger every year. I don't care what you say about my team. It's my team. Those are my boys. We them boys. And no man can stop that. We're going to continue to support what we do over here. As they really say, win, lose, or draw. Not us folding up like wallets and lawn chairs. So yes, we should be angry that our players are not on that list. And yes, we should get the respect that is deserving to us. Come on, baby. New media takeover. I rock, baby. Come on, baby. You just never know how a person that can say, hey, motivation is the key to everything, right? You never know when a person said, I was in a room, I was motivating some kids. I said, raise your hand as high as you can. Little kid did like this. This is the highest I can get it. And I said, higher. And then all of a sudden something happened. He raised it even higher. It's all about being motivated. It's all about telling that person that yes, you can. And yes, you will get it done. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. And speaking of that, hold on. Woo, y'all got me on one right now, baby. Hold on. The other day, this is what we're doing. One free raffle ticket to 3 people who can identify this man, and y'all know who this man is. Quote tweet, tag him, and let the world know who he is. Let the world know who he is and how you feel about him. My 3 favorite will get a ticket, a raffle ticket, paid by him. 100% of the proceeds will go to charity. More details about the charity, but what it is done right now is collecting the video statement for them. Well, I'm going to tell you that not only we doing that, so go to Ben's page on Twitter, reshare that. The tickets will go to charity, and we are preparing you guys to go to the game. How about that? One of y'all lucky people will get a chance to go to the game. And I'm talking about one of the Cowboys games for charity. And I really appreciate that. And so I raffled off. I'm giving away that particular helmet and the 2 mini helmets so that we can get things going. Now, let me know if anybody else in the community is doing things like that. Let's get it. It's not all about the views, baby. It's not all about the likes. It's all about the motivations and the inspirations to get people going for the Cowboy Nation, baby. Let's go. Let me know who else doing that. Let me know if DallasCowboys.com is doing that. Let's get it. DC for life, not for short. Look, now I'm pressuring them to do more. Come on with it. Woo! Damn. Now watch. Cowboys.com. Match that. Yeah. Now all of a sudden they're going to be doing giveaways.
What more do you want?
Come on with it. Come on with it, baby. Come on with it. Watch. Yeah. Let's put the pressure on them to give some things away. Come on with it. Yeah.
Give me my theme music.
Warren Duncan, appreciate you, man. Hope I see you at training camp. Let's get it, man. Appreciate it. I hope I see you there, man. Your name is entered in. Let's get it. Run it up, baby. Appreciate those, man. Thank y'all for y'all support. One love, DC for life. Appreciate your ice cold Cowboy. And roll those credits. Ooh. Come on, Chris May. Appreciate you. David Woods. Boyd, appreciate you. Gracia, Matt Batten, my dog, what's good? Thank you. They not like us. Come on. I see you. Yeah, Rico. Shout out to you. Swain and things, appreciate you. Slide in. Shout out to you, so over it. Who in law? Come on. Come on. Shout out to you, I Rock. New media. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need if you didn't like this episode, come on with it. Appreciate y'all. And if we offended anyone, charge it to our heads, not our hearts. Come on with it. Come on with it. One love, baby. Ice Wall Cowboy. Beyond the ice wall. Come on with it. Hey. If you don't like this show, come on with it, man. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone.
He a fan here. Lately, I just wanna run it up. They not like us. Count that too.
Let me crack your brain. Fertilize your brain.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
You know the craziest thing, but I told the playmaker.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
That was the funniest thing ever, man. His reaction.
See, when you invest in something and you hustle and you work for something, you got a different type of attachment to it. You're going to have a cold day in hell for somebody to try to take this from you. We live by this, we die by this. We don't surrender, we don't retreat. Every man must search his own soul. I listen to that quote every morning. I want to get mine out the mud. I want mine out the dirt. I don't want no handouts. I don't want no celebrity to co-sign me and somebody to see me in the street and say, I remember when such and such put you on. No. It may sound harsh, but I'm going to beat myself up so the world can't beat me up. Because the world is a cruel place. It can be a beautiful place if you allow it to be. Once your perspective changes, that's when miracles happen. What else I got to conquer so I can get to the next level? What else? There's always going to be giants at the gate. If it ain't rough, it ain't us. Let's go. Wow. So it ain't like, why me? It's like, why not me? Let's do it. The flowers don't chase the bees. The flowers just are.
Yes, indeed. They just are. And on top of that, come on with it, man. Let's get this. Yo. Come on with it.
Dread it. Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blinking, she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the domain just whole team here, might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If it down in my management, I'm just warming up, wait till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the time when you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things when your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blinging, she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. Come on. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Dry you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blingin', she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blingin', she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos.
Yup.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in, yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you, Ooh. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. It's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Player too. Love, 7 more and another one, and another one. Fighting you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one, all in one. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can
I be your player too? Thank you. Ice Cold, Perry Lock, J Business. Raj C again, smoke one for you. Appreciate you. Sadiq and Mama Sadiq, smoke one for you again. Man, let's get it. Let's get on up out of here. Come on with it.
if a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel
Watch Gucci Man. Watch Gucci Man.
so far.
That damn Gucci Man. Oh my God, man. Shout out to Gucci Man.
If a paper crane can fly,
Come on, hit that note.
fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Boy, that note right there. Let's get on up out of here. I wanted to have the longest outro today, though. Come on. We tell them in the
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me,
in the beginning.
calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me.
Come on with it, choir.
Them boys, I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys.
If we offended anyone, charge it to our beards, not our hearts. Let's get on up out of here. One love. DC for life, not for short.
Them boys. I'm still them boys. Now y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor. I'm still them boys.
Until next time,
Yeah,
DC
I'm still
for
them
life.
boys.
Salute. We about. Peace.